Hello good people, we have a do-it-yourself type of tutorial today. As you can see, my iPod Touch is in the Apple Universal Dock. This is the previous generation Apple Universal Dock. Actually got this for $15, but the real Apple Universal Dock is $50. There are a couple of other stands out there like the X stand and the Podium stand, but you know, in this tough economy times, it's kind of hard to spend money on a simple thing like a stand. But actually there are probably many just household items laying around somewhere, maybe even in your room, that you can use to replace the Universal Dock or any sort of other stand. The first one, mini DVI tape, easiest one. Open it up, take out the tape, take out this little slip thing, tuck this under, turn it upside down, rest it like that. Put the iPod Touch in, look at that, perfect. There's a stand. We're going to put that one off to the side. Second one, CD. Open up the CD, remove the pan flip. Then you want to carefully take off the top because you're going to have to reattach it. So carefully, rest that right there. Take out the CD. You want to remove this piece right here. There we go, pops right off. It's okay if this breaks because you don't need this. You want to remove this pan flip. And then you want to take this piece, so now you're left with the top and the bottom. Normally would go on like that, but we just want to reverse that. Flip it to the side just like that, and then attach it. That in? Good. Then you can take your iPod Touch, bam, rest right there. You can even put right there, if I had my phone right here, LG Rumor, bam, I can rest both of them on there. Perfect. The third one is probably going to be the most difficult one, but it's probably going to be the most like the Apple Universal Dock. So, I believe when you buy an iPod Touch or any sort of iPod, you get this. This is a little case that it comes in. You also get this little adapter piece right here. So with these two pieces, I'm going to show you guys how you can make a universal dock. So, you're not going to need this bottom piece. You want to take this piece, flip it upside down, rest this piece on top of it. You want to get in the center, because you want to cut it out, just like that. Get a Sharpie, and then you're going to want to trace this. So actually before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace around this. I'm going to come down, square, and make that square like that. I'm not going to do the whole loop. I'm just going to do I'm going to make cut right in. So let's do that right now. Make sure you guys are getting a bird's eye view. Sorry if it's a little rough. You just want to make sure that it's... You want to try to draw it so that it's smaller than normal, because you can always cut more off, but you can't add more on. Alright, now you're going to want to cut that out. I'm going to use this knife. I don't think it's going to be powerful enough, so I may have to cut this and get a more powerful knife, but I'm just going to try. Yeah, this isn't going to be powerful enough, guys, so I'm just going to quickly cut this. I'm going to come back with a more powerful knife. Alright guys, we're back, and I did bring a bigger knife. Hopefully, this will be able to cut this piece of plastic. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think this knife is quite big enough. What do you guys think? Do you think it will be big enough? I'm not quite sure. Actually, guys, I'm just joking. I'm not really going to use this knife. This knife is way too big. Ugh. This knife is a lot better. I've actually cut out the frame just about except for that last part. The reason why I did that, because it does take a while. I'm going to say it took me like 15 minutes. Longer than the amount of video I'm allowed to record for. So guys, very important, cut away from yourself, guys. I don't want you guys to leave a comment saying, oh, Matt, I have bloody fingers now, or I lost a finger, or something like that, guys. Don't say that. But I'm just going to quickly cut off this last part. Alright guys, there we go. Now I'm going to see how this fits. Alright guys, so clearly it's not big enough. I had to cut a little more on each side, so I'm going to pause the video again, cut that, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, so I have finally finished up trimming my cutout. It doesn't look that neat, but if I take this piece, stick that in right there, look, it fits. Perfect. It does kind of fall out a little. Actually, woo, look at that. It doesn't fall. That's great. So that's in good. Now, if I just wanted to, I could just leave it like that and then stick the iPod in, if I wanted to. But if I wanted to make this like the universal dock, I could come in here, cut a little portion out, and plug in the proper cable. Plug it right through there, up like that. You know what, I think I will do that. Alright guys, so if you want to do that, this one doesn't need to be exact because it can be as big as you want. So, there. Yeah, it's going to be more than enough. Alright guys. So I'm just going to quickly cut this. I'll probably have to end up stopping. But guys, please be careful using a knife, right? You can easily get cut. I actually cut myself in my hand a couple places already, but please, when you're doing this, be careful. But I'm making sure to cut away from myself as much as I can. And you may need several knives to do this. I've used 3 actually. Alright guys, so after about 20 minutes of cutting with knives, I finally have this hole. It's not really a square like I intended, but it should be a good enough size so I can fit the iPod cable through there. So we're going to assemble that together right now. I'm going to unplug my universal dock, put that off to the side. I'm going to stick the cable through the hole, fits very nicely. Going to string it through there, just like that. Take the iPod Touch, put it on, nice and easy. And there you go guys, your own custom universal dock. It's almost the same exact thing as this, just a little bit bigger and, you know, made of plastic. Also, one feature that this has that doesn't yet is this AV port right there. You guys could just easily just drill a hole through the back of this with a drill or something, stick a speaker through there, attach it to this, and there you go, then you have that AV port, guys. So you could still add more onto this. But just a quick recap of what we've done. We have the CD holder, the mini DV holder, and the plastic box holder. Guys, I'm sure all of these materials are laying around your house, so save yourself some money and you make them. It doesn't cost that much to make, doesn't take that much time. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. For more exclusive content, feel free to follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Fisher12. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and take care.